Most people start small. Something safe enough that can just slightly touch the edge of making you uncomfortable. But that was clearly not me. Over a year ago, I simply decided to do a full Ironman as my first ever triathlon. By the way, with only 5 months to train for it. And if you're not familiar with how insane this sounds like, as I wasn't, Ironman distance triathlon is one of the most brutal endurance races in the planet. Let's do it. I started swimming when I was 12 years old. From there, I spent my entire life dedicated to move to the US and conquer the dream to become a college athlete. But after my college career was done as an athlete, I was pretty much lost. I didn't have a purpose, for sure didn't know what I was doing, and I was lost. So I did a logical decision and I started looking for a competitive race, something that could teach me a true genuine lesson to help me understand better how is it to work with endurance athletes. So I remember to be sitting on my computer and looking for challenges, races across Florida, when I finally came across something called an Ironman. At first, I didn't understand much the concept of what exactly is this race. In fact, I was even struggling to comprehend how someone could complete such big distance for 3 different sports in the same time period in the same day. Starting with a 2.4 mile swim in the middle of a swarm of jellyfish in the Mexican Gulf, followed by 112 very stressful miles of cycling, and finishing with one of the most painful running distance in history, a marathon. I wasn't allowed to work as a college student in the US, so we were talking about a version of myself. I decided to sign up for an Ironman with no experience, barely any time to train, since I was not only a student but doing my internship hours in a hospital with no job, so I couldn't afford anything, no experience on biking, and have never run more than a mile before. The only things I had was a dream, a credit card, and a little bit of experience by being a college athlete and the knowledge of my nutrition degree. Remember, all the equipment I had, I bought on Amazon, including the bike. Yes, I bought my bike in Amazon. In fact, it's right here. It's a road bike. I paid $300 for it. It was the only thing I could afford in Amazon. And I only bought 2 months before the race because the first 3 months of it, I was actually training a spinning bike at LA Fitness. Besides the actual $300 bike, I also spent $1,000 on an actual full Ironman race bit, $50 on running shoes, $50 in a bike computer, $24 on swim goggles, $100 on a budget TriSuit, and $100 in bike equipment like bottles, bottle holder, extra compartment, and a better bike seat. And all the links are down below in the description if you would like to buy the same things I did. And no, there was no wetsuit, bike clips, or bougie extra stuff that people usually buy to do an Ironman. And doing an Ironman just sounded like a clear vision of my next steps for life. After 5 months of training with my LA Fitness spinning bike, my cheap running shoes, and the 25-yard swimming pool, I grabbed a car with my sister and a friend that decided to participate on this journey with me. We drove 8 hours to Panama City, Florida, and made the dream come true. The training process for an Ironman, as you can imagine, it's extremely intense. And doing that with no guidance, it's extremely hard. You don't necessarily need a coach to train for an Ironman, but just listen to me. If you can, please have one. Because as I said, you don't need those things to complete a race, but doesn't mean you won't be miserable. I didn't know what to expect and how much pain I would feel. This doesn't need to be a disgusting mass journey as mine was. You guys don't understand how lucky I was for having some source of nutrition knowledge and some source of guidance through the workouts. At least a friend. I would be much less miserable, much less. If you need to face a hard challenge in your life, it's fine, just do it with a friend.
Keep walking, let's walk, let's keep walking.
From now on, things will just get harder. My brain couldn't comprehend what was about to come. 112 miles. This was the part that I was scared the most, because it's not just a bike ride, but you need to be in shape to finish and still be able to run a marathon. If I had a community that I can share the journey with and enjoy the journey of actually becoming an Ironman. All I can say is that this was the best experience of my entire life. It's the one thing I didn't, I don't, and I will never regret. Doing an Ironman is not about the race, and you might hear that it's about the journey, and actually it is, because the amount of pain you go throughout the process, and doubts, and overthinking because you think you're not enough, all that disappear after the finish line. After the perspective that you had of yourself disappear through that finish line, you become a new version of yourself. It was one of the hardest things that I probably did in my life, and I will never forget. I was just so nervous because the unknown was stressing me out. I'm not here to throw in your face that somehow I'm maybe better than you because I did an Ironman with only 5 months of training and basically no money to pay for equipment. But my goal is to inspire you. Because if I was able to do an Ironman with 5 months of training, with zero experience on running and biking, you can definitely do whatever you want.
You will be an Ironman.